Yeah, so it's getting kind of late. A lot of times I want to shoot videos of my camera woman gets absorbed in some other project and loses track of the time and neglects me until it's like way past my bedtime. But I wanted to, like, since it's still technically kind of early, she doesn't want us to shoot any kind of videos where I might get excited and start making too much noise. She's always afraid of waking up the neighbors. I keep telling her the walls here are, pretty substantial, and they really can't hear everything that goes on in here. But she never believes me. Anyway, I grabbed a random handful of my old notebooks. I figured I'd read some of the writings from them. Um, so let's see. I don't know. I just thought, I'll put this one here. This is from, I think, 1981 or 1982 in high school, I think. Yeah, I was very, very productive. When I was younger, I was always constantly, when I wasn't reading and doing normal stuff young people do, I was constantly writing and drawing and sketching all the time. And I'd be lying if I said I haven't slowed down a bit in my old age. I still got it, but maybe it's because I'm not really in practice. I used to make myself do it all the time, and part of it was because I had so many other things to do. Like I had to go to work and I had to go to school and everything. But I felt more creative under pressure when I knew I was supposed to be either doing my homework or getting sleep. That's when I got the busiest. And then whenever I found myself, with lots of free time, you think like, oh, this is great. Now I'll be able to do all this artwork and stuff like that. But it doesn't work that way. Then I'll just get a total, creative block and not do anything for amazingly long stretches of time. But anyway, without further ado, well, here, what's that? That's an old bill. Um, so I can just randomly read out because these things are just packed with all kinds of stuff, and I don't have time to really separate the wheat from the chaff. So I guess you just get a random sampling here. Some of it, you have to keep in mind I was very young when I wrote this stuff, and so a lot of it's kind of naive and maybe influenced, maybe too influenced by stuff I read or maybe even saw on TV or whatever. But so here's something. I think this would be from, I'm thinking 81, I think. Maybe it was 11th grade, possibly 12th grade. So I don't even know what this stuff is, so it might really be embarrassing. But so you get to see the world premiere. And I'll just, I'll take the embarrassment if it's embarrassing. I'll take the praise if it's praiseworthy, although I don't think there's much danger of that. And the dark always embraces the light. Our dark realm is sprinkled with, I think it's little spheres. Sometimes I'm writing fast, I'll add extra letters at the end of words and stuff like that. Our dark realm is sprinkled with little spheres. Light always challenges the darkness. Darkness is ageless, solemn, wise, yet concealing. Light is young and comes and goes. Light is always being born and dying. The darkness is unity, immortal, and always swallows the light in the end. Light is always seeking an eye. Darkness does not accept vision. Light is rebellious against darkness, hates it, but it is weak to darkness. It is infected heavily with its shadows. I will challenge the darkness. I will burn through it, tunnel through it like the light tries to. A small man can become a very large and frightening man in the dark if he is wise. A man can disappear in the dark if he remains silent. A man can be anywhere he can imagine in the dark. I will challenge the light. The light seeks to humiliate. The light seeks to expose and embarrass. The light trespasses on our wishes and our fantasies and pulls us out by the eyes. Silence of love. Silence flowing through me. The shy exhibitionist, the girl grabbing her chest and shielding genitalia, blushing, stating, I'm a girl. That's good, huh? Man sits looking as though he's being stamped into the couch. I better hurry up and get them rolls before they roll away. Remember, this is only writing practice. How are we going to get Skinny in the car? I don't think even she will fit, said Maxwell Muffy, emphasizing the even. I really don't know, said Jerry Gorilla Eater the third. Why don't we roll her up and stick her in the glove compartment? That sounds fine for a fine idea. Ricocheted Max off back in Jerry's raised head. Then, after a slight indication of a pause, he continued, But what about her nose? Oh, God, yeah, that nose of hers is a giant. She has to cart it around in a wheelbarrow, so it's big. It's so big. One time I heard she knocked over 10 people in a store when she turned around too quickly. That nose is huge. I often think that it's on the verge of giving birth to another nose. Or maybe that's where she keeps all her vital organs. Enough of that. Anyway, enough of that. So that's just an example of some stuff from 1981. And so what have we got here? I think this is from 2006. And there was a lot of very strange things going on at the time. A lot of this stuff is like kind of a journal, but there's, sometimes it'll break out into like a poetic verse. Okay, apparently today is the real 5th of November, so yesterday's 5th was the 4th. Deafened by the roar, blinded by the light. I need so much. This fiasco has cost me dear, and it's not over yet. Need to fight back more viciously. Remember, this is not anger, this is righteousness. Wish I could go far for a walk outside. Haven't seen the outside for 9 days. Weather condition is favorable. In fact, for this time of year especially, it's beautiful. Lord, I'm so very goddamn bored. This place sucks out loud. Giant, polished, giant skull-faced army ants swarmed the capital. Shadows of giant attack wasps flying in formation cut across the carnage. The locusts of the apocalypse looming large on the horizon. Faces of men, stings of scorpions, legs of locusts, wings of dragonflies. They inhale air and exhale plague. Crazy octopi jumping up and down on trampolines. The spider dances with the crab as the squid puppet dances in her head to the sock puppet choir. Butterflies with dollar bill wings, rotary bow tie fan blow the flames of her hair across her smoldering brown eyes. Spotlights with silhouettes of bombers slashing up the skies in vicious zigzags. Been sleeping like crazy lately. Seems I can't sleep enough. When I get out, I need to clean my room and push to get the rest of my stuff out. Anyway, you can tell where this is going. Anyway, it starts up again here. Smiling oblivion welcomes me into its kind nullifying embrace of sweet promises only amnesia can fulfill. Emptiness of being, phantom sustenance, evaporated meaning. Nothing leaves a trace. Once it's gone forever. Heaps of broken hearts, piles of wasted minds, lost souls spirited along in the October breeze between them, along with ancient newspapers and other sort of litter and refuse. Time never looks back. Things continue moving always, all sliding towards the gaping maw of forgetfulness. So this gets kind of confusing. Lots of stuff is scratched out and rewritten as it issues the skull-throbbing roar of eternity. History is a joke. The present is the cruel punchline that dances with obscene gestures and laughs, painting at us. It's befuddled victims, scrapbooks of limbs lost in bloody wars, diaries of recorded torments, photo albums of crime scenes and murders. These exhibits, though generally forgotten and vilified, remain open every day all year, though human traffic gives them a wide berth. But again, some have set up camp next to the exhibits. These are the future leaders who make it a point to study and rehearse tomorrow's history. My soul does somersaults when I anticipate our rendezvous. My very bones sing in anticipation of the brief ecstatic moment our evening will venture to. I want you so bad. My root drools in my... Anyway, I don't like where that's going. Let's see what else we got here. This is from, I think, the early 90s. I don't know what I got here. Let me see. I'll just read it here. This seems to be kind of a rambling thing. All walks of life, and even some people who can barely crawl along. Roller coaster viper outlet plug at the end of its tail. Went to the wax museum, saw all types of wax from all four corners of the globe. The ego is a vital organ. If it is neglected and left unfed or unstroked, the patient may pine away and die. New Orleans. I freaked out a long time ago. The freaking never stopped. I'm a freak. The magic is Mandarin. The esoteric pomegranate. 3 days and 3 nights Christ slept in the tomb. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 months is the length of gestation period of the human fetus. Blazing in a cemetery, necropolis, the city of the dead. When you give up... my pen ran out of ink, actually. So, anyway, yeah. So there's a ton of stuff here to read. What I need to do is probably just try to transcribe this and type it out and post it somewhere, I suppose. But I thought it might be interesting if I shared with you my rediscovery of some of my old manuscripts. Okay, guys? Well, everyone take care. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Is that off? Turn it off.